Good evening out there, everyone. This is your favorite radio sensation for the nation, Rex Adams, come to you loud and clear. Now, normally I'm the one getting the day started for all of you fine folk, but tonight is different. I'm filling in for my good friend and fantastic producer at this studio, Blaine, as they get some well-needed rest after filling in for other radio personalities, some of which are careless and forget to clean up all the crumbs from their many obnoxiously sugared snacks. But that is besides the point. I'm a professional, and that means I act like it, unlike others. So let's get to the news. A brand new Subway shop is opening itself near Newport Station. This new business will be able to serve sandwiches, soups, and all sorts of other delicacies to those on the train commute. Now, normally a new business wouldn't be much to say, but this one is notable for historical reasons. This is the first time that a Subway shop has been opened in the city since the Star Bank Cafe was shut down after the Disco Duck incident of 1994. I was only a teenage intern at the time, but believe me, the damage was something best left to the imagination. Disco music is banned from the city for a reason, kids. Remember that. Anyways, it's an exciting milestone for all of you sandwich lovers out there. For the first time in decades, you'll all be able to finally get your hoagie fix. I, for one, can't wait to stop in and see what I've been missing out on. In other news, there seems to be a decline in the feral raccoon population as of late. You've noticed it. I've noticed it. Our trash cans just aren't as rated as they used to be. Well, you can blame that on the police's recent efforts to clean up the streets. They've partnered with animal control to pull as many of the little vermins in custody as possible. When questioned about their efforts, one officer just replied, "These oversized rats are little bundles of chaos and anarchy. We cannot have them running around if we want to keep our city in one piece." This decision does not sit well with the Space Patrol, who are anxiously pursuing the criminal behind the recent city fires. One report tells us that they're tired of the police's petty actions and really want to get back to that space stuff. Will that day come? Only time will tell. But we'll be sure to let you know as the story develops. You know, I've been on the air for some time now. Most would call me a seasoned veteran of the news airwaves. Indeed, I've seen many storms during my time behind the microphone, but never a time as crazy as this. Just here at the station alone, we've had hijacked airways, uprisings, and now a nighttime host down and in critical condition. So many wild things have happened in such a short time. Not to say that crazy things haven't happened here before. I mean, I've been around to report on the crackdown of the Cat Mafia, the rise and fall of several musical careers, and plenty of other current events. It's just normally, there's been years to space out the bigger happenings, as opposed to mere weeks. I mean, with all this going on, a complete and total radio amateur with no technical training could make it big. Which makes total sense why the regular nighttime program has increased in listenership. Some would even say surpassing my listenership numbers. But that's not a problem. I'm not insecure or worried about that at all. Never. I've been on the air for a couple of years, give or take a decade. But that only makes me more valuable and needed. Right? They'd never replace me with a younger, prettier face. Never. Right? Jack, I'm asking you. Jack, nod your head. Jack. Jack! Thank you. That's all I need. That, folks, was my charming producer, Mr. Jack Wright, fiddling with one of the new smartphones in his producer booth. You see, Jack is perpetually stuck mentally in the year of 2015, and so modern technology and media seem to throw him through a loop every time. It makes some things around the office a little bit harder to get done. But hey, we all have our own faults, And when you hand him tech he understands, he's one of the finest producers we have. Thank you for being here, man. You make this show possible. Yes, Jack, they really did reboot Spider-Man for the third time. But don't worry about it. The newer ones could never replace the classics. Right? Anyways, I believe it's time for a break. So stay tuned for a word from our sponsors.
Claire's your average girl, but her life's about to change with a new roommate.
A ghost!
Well, hello to you too. Things get spirited in this haunted apartment. Hijinks will ensue.
Why are you here?
I was buried beneath this building. Why are you here?
I'm renting the apartment.
Well, then I guess that makes us roomies. It's the spookiest fun of the summer. Ghoul Next Door. Available on Channel 4 weekdays after 2 p.m.
And welcome back to the show. If you're tuning in, I'm the one and only Rex Adams, station veteran, well-known voice personality and recognized figure around the community. I've been the voice of the city for a few years. Definitely not nearly enough, and I love this place more than most do. This may not seem relevant to say, but I feel it's necessary anyways. I'm an important part of daily life in this city, and there's no reason to replace me. Who else could you trust with the mantle? Exactly. Now let's move on with the show. Now normally I reserve this for my morning broadcast here on 87.7, but since it's a bit of slow night, I thought what better time to bring in a popular favorite. The stars have been talking, and so folks of all kinds, here are your horoscopes. A bird beats its wings against a pounding storm. Wind pushes it backwards. Rain pulls it towards the ground. Fog drains the warmth and life from its body. It is a struggle for a bird to fly or move in any significant way. A bird beats its wings against a pounding storm. It struggles and fights against a world that tries to keep it from flight. In the cold of the storm, a bird can't travel far, nor can it soar high into the clouds. The task is impossible. And yet the bird beats its wings against a pounding storm. A bird frees itself from the ground and rises into the sky. Its flight is not far, nor is it high, but it is. Despite everything, all the forces of nature pushing and pounding at once, a bird beats its wings, it gains lift, it flies. Bird beats its wings against a pounding storm. Despite the many struggles around it, bird flies, and this is a miracle. The stars have spoken. Now go live your lives accordingly. Jack has yet to get me the traffic report for today. Mostly it's because he's freaking out over the new computer system installed in the booth. For him, he's suddenly skipped forward like a half decade. So be patient. He's getting there slowly but surely. Unlike me, when I wake up alone in the middle of the night, wondering what happened to all those hopes and dreams I had in my younger days. I had so much potential. Where did it all go? Moving on, how about we take a dive over to one of my favorite radio staples, letters and shoutouts. A small raccoon just burrowed through the door and handed me a stack of letters. I have the old Facebook page pulled up, so let's see what we have. First up, we have a message from Jazzy Moonbeams on Facebook. They're writing in to say, what happened to the girl? I liked her voice better. Is she ever coming back? Well, Jazzy, let's not worry ourselves too much about my coworker. Marina's recovering in the hospital, and our dear producer friend Blaine will update us on the situation. In the meantime, why don't we put aside that rookie and enjoy the product of years of refined radio experience? Okay? Okay. Next, we have another message from Dusty Rose, also on Facebook. Dusty says, "How is Marina doing? Do we have any updates on her condition?" And then followed up by a hashtag Bring Back Marina, and apparently this is trending. Now look, the little Filipino girl with the bad dye job is currently in a coma. Alright? You're not getting her back anytime soon. So just get over it. Okay? Okay. Let's move away from the internet for a bit and look at a few letters. After all, nothing beats the warm sentiment of a well-written note. At least that's what Mother always said. So I have our first letter here from a Miss Sophia R. from Willow Way. And she writes, "Hey Rex, it's so exciting to hear you on the air in the evenings." How touching. "Your morning show has been a staple of my family for as long as I can remember." Well, thank you, Sophia. It's always nice to hear from a fan. I'm glad I could serve you and the rest of my wonderful community. You all make this job an honor and a pleasure. And she continues, "I do have to admit, though, it's a bit surprising to hear your voice on the air. You've been around for a while, so I figured you would have retired or something by now. Especially with the New Girl show taking off in popularity. Haven't you moved on at this point? It's been at least 20 years. Well, whatever the case, it's good to hear your voice again in the evenings. Much love, Sophia." No, Jack. I'm fine. It's fine. Totally fine. I'm calm. I'm collected. I'm fine. No, this is a perfectly normal way to squeeze a cup. It's fine. No need to call the anger management office again. I'm fine. Now then, I think it's time we cut to commercial. We just played one. We'll cut to another or something. I don't know, but I've been at this ungrateful station for 2 days.
Hello, and welcome to the Wisteria Institute. We're here to help you, the listening public, build your education and improve the world around you. Our facilities are best equipped to help teach you all sorts of valuable life skills, as well as many techniques of stress and anger management. We here at the Wisteria Institute are striving for continual perfection, not just in ourselves, but also in the community. Imagine the world. Not a very tidy or comfy place to be, is it? Now, imagine a world in a complete, imperfected state. Isn't that so much better? Well, don't wait for the world. Stop by today and help us towards our never-ending goal, the perfect agenda. Who are we? Who are you? The Wisteria Institute. A perfect you is waiting to emerge.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm your host, Rex Adams, filling in for our regular nighttime voice, Marina Gomez. It's been an interesting night, but everything is fine now. It's fine. Everything's fine. I've screamed for a few minutes in the men's bathroom, and Jack has forcibly made me drink that special tea from the anger management place I had to go to. So now, everything feels just great. I'm perfectly calm now. How are you doing? Oh, I've just been handed a lovely traffic report from my dear friend and producer for this evening, Mr. Jack Wright. He's a rather nice, muscular fellow. Pretty good at tackling and detaining radio hosts before they get the chance to bang their head against the wall. It was an impressive move, by the way, Jack. Do you play football? Rugby. I see. That explains your form. Anyways, He's given me my traffic report. Thank you very much, Jack. I'll get to it right away. Crowds of concerned citizens carry candles at City Hall. It's a massive moment marking the memory of Marina. Their furtive faces foster a feeling of fulfillment and found family. It's an admirable achievement to award an absent airhead adolescent. So if you're anywhere near Center Street, be aware of the traffic. A girl lies in bed where she's been unconscious for days. Her spirit twirls and wanders in a confusing haze. Her pulse is steady as her condition changes, but little we all know, her state rearranges. Where will this lead? Only time will tell. But all that we know is she's here to save the one that fell. And that is your perfectly calm and family-friendly traffic report. Thank you everyone for sticking with me on this perfectly calm and wonderful broadcast. It's been a nice and relaxing evening free of name-calling, judgment, and my crippling insecurities. We've had fun. We've had calm. That's the right word. Calm. I haven't felt this calm since I first fell in love with my ex-wife. You know, before she tore my life apart and left. But I'm still on the radio, living the dream, and what's she doing? Living trapped in a loveless second marriage, all for the children's sake? So really all I can say is, how does it feel, Karen? Who's going nowhere in their life now? Anyways, I'm calm, so in this moment of calmness, let's read the poem which is mysteriously materialized on my desk. I lay as a wounded bird against the winter snow, beaten, torn, and lost to the pains of sorrow. Yet all at once he came with radiant glow, giving light to a warm spring morrow. His voice as clear as a sunny sky, his eyes like gentle rain. He carried light and warmth as time went by. The world came to life once again. Each moment passed as a verdant delight. There was joy and beauty to be found together. I hold them all day and well into the night, only longing within to have him forever. My love to me was a warm spring day, but alas, summer came and took it away. What a nice poem, and what a nice way to close off the evening. Thanks for hanging out with this old pro tonight. I hope you all had as much fun as I did. Blaine should be back soon after they've had time to rest. As for me, I'm gonna go sit in the corner of my office and stare at the wall for a bit. It sounds nice. Until we meet again, this is Rex Adams signing out. Have a good night, everybody.
Dream Girl City is a production by NJ Schulze. It was written and produced by NJ Schulze. The voice of Rex Adams was Bailey McKinney. Have questions? Have theories? Have thoughts? Want to send in a poem? Contact us at DreamGirlCityRadio@gmail.com, or look us up on Facebook, or look us up on TikTok. We're starting some meme stuff, or at least we'll see. Anyways, the poem for today was My Springtime by NJ Schulze. Thank you so much to all of our supporters and all those who are listening. And stay tuned for whatever's to come next. But until that moment comes, just remember, it's only the night, no time to fight.